Hello, my friends. It's Dana Shay, and it's been a minute since I've done a video, but I wanted to pop on today because I have such an important topic that I want to share with you all today. In so many of my coaching sessions, I keep hearing this recurring theme that my husband says I'm a nag, or I'm nagging. I feel like I'm nagging. I feel like I'm nagging. And it's not always from women, but most of the time it is. And so I wanted to come on here and let you guys know, first of all, there is a podcast on realrelationshiptalk.com with this very subject. And it's basically, what is the difference between nagging and reminding? And so I want to talk to you guys today a little bit about what's the difference. First of all, how do you know that you're nagging? How do you stop nagging? And how do you get your spouse or your partner to do something without constantly nagging them? So first of all, nagging is when you have to say something to your partner more than twice. Okay, even if you're doing it in a nice way, even if you put a little prayer request in front of it, if you have to talk to your spouse more than twice, you, my friend, are nagging. All right. Reminding is simply causing your spouse or your partner to remember something. All right. So your spouse says, "Hey, have you seen my keys? Where are my keys? I haven't seen them." And you say, "You know what? Last time I saw your keys, they were on the kitchen table." That's reminding. Nagging is, "Don't forget your keys. Did you put your keys in your purse? Because you know that you're always forgetting your keys. You need to put your keys by the door. Did you get your keys?" That's nagging. All right. So I'm going to give you guys real quick 6 tips on how to stop nagging and how you can actually get your spouse or your partner to do whatever it is that you need them to do without being a nag. So the first thing that you can do is to ask, not tell. How many of you want to be told what to do by the person that you love? Yeah, none of us, right? How many of you maybe grew up in a home where your parents were constantly nagging? A lot of us did. And so what happens, unfortunately, is that we get in relationships and we become our parents. So ask, don't tell. Hey, did you remember to put your keys by the door? And then let your spouse say, "Yes, I remembered," or "No, I didn't." And if they say, "No, I didn't," okay. You ask the question. It's not your job to parent them. So ask questions, don't tell, don't give orders, don't give commands, and then don't keep telling them the same thing over and over and over. All right, so that's the first thing. The second thing that you can do is to be patient. Patience is such a lost virtue in our lives. We want everything done right now. And a lot of times this is true in marriage when we will ask our spouse to do something and it's on our timetable. So they'll be like, "Yeah, I'll do it." But if they're not moving fast enough, we get all irritable. So patience is what is required. We need to learn how to be patient sometimes. Everything's not going to happen when you want it to happen. So be patient. The third thing is make it their decision. I did an episode on Real Relationship Talk. It's episode 95. So you can go to realrelationshiptalk.com, look up episode 95, and it's how to get your spouse to do anything you want. This episode is not about manipulating your spouse. Okay. I don't believe in manipulation, but it's learning how to ask the right questions and learning how to frame the question or the request or whatever it is that you want in a way that your spouse or your partner feels like it's their idea. It's brilliant. It's wise. It's not manipulation, it's wisdom. So learn how to help your spouse or partner feel like this thing, whatever it is that you want, is actually their idea. You'll see some good results with that. All right. The fourth thing is use humor to remind your spouse. You guys, sometimes we take ourselves way too seriously. Use humor. If you've got a sarcastic bent, use it for good. All right. And I'm not talking about like that nice, nasty sarcasm. I'm talking about just good old humor. Your spouse forgets to do something. You've asked them to do it 4 months ago. Instead of nag, make a joke about it. Use humor. Sometimes, you guys, we again take ourselves way too seriously. So lighten up and use humor. All right, the fifth thing that you can do is to schedule it on a calendar. My husband, Sean, and I, we use a Google Calendar. It's a shared calendar. So when he has something that he puts in his calendar, it automatically shows up on mine and vice versa. This helps us not to forget things like appointments, like picking up kids, like things like that are important. So instead of us nagging each other back and forth, we just look at our trusty little Google Calendar and voila, it's there. So use some tools, use technology to your advantage to remind yourself and also to help to remind your spouse. And then the last thing, you guys, that you can do now, I want you to hold on to your seats because you're not going to believe this. This is just revolutionary. Do it yourself. Oh my gosh. I know, right? So you've been asking your husband to take out the trash, take out the trash, take out the trash. Can you take out the trash? But that's not my job to take out the trash. Okay, well then let the man take out the trash when he wants to take it out. instead of you nagging him over and over and over and over again. Sometimes, you guys, we get in the biggest arguments unnecessarily when you can just simply do it yourself. So there you go. There are 6 quick tips to help you to remind with a smile and not to nag your spouse. For more marriage and relationship coaching tips, be sure to head on over to realrelationshiptalk.com. And I also want to make sure that you have my free audio, 7 Secrets to a Happy Marriage. You can find that at realrelationshiptalk.com/7 things. That's the number 7 things, Real Relationship Talk. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Go out and use these 6 tips and stop nagging. I'll see you on the next video. Take care.